What's up? It's been a while. Just this month, something pretty incredible happened. Some GSC tournaments, while having, some of them have commenced, first of all, the past generation championships. There's also been some tournaments that have ended, but besides the tournament that I started myself, which include all of the tiers from never used to Ubers, Earthworm and HSOWA, I guess it's HSO, announced the very first GSC Premier League. Again, I'm going to repeat this. They announced the first GSC, which is amazing. I thought about managing myself too. That's how excited I was. I did step down from it because I didn't want to, waste anyone's time, and I think I had to focus on other things. I still joined as a player, but it was really exhilarating. I got drafted, and I think it's just going to be so much fun for players to have a look at, and I think it would be interesting if I showed you some of the storylines to look out for, because obviously in this Premier League there isn't just OU. We're not just seeing the best players playing GSC OU. That would obviously be cool, but it could get a little bit repetitive real quick. Instead, we're actually also going to see players play in Ubers, in underused, and in never used. And imagine that. A tier which 1 year ago wasn't entirely played too much has now gained enough attention to actually be considered worthy in a Premier League. I'm going to tell you that the RBY Premier League didn't, if I'm not mistaken, didn't include a never used tier. So that's amazing. Props to the never used community. And I guess I'm also kind of happy that all of these tiers are included. And I'm really excited to see what we have. So let's have a look at the teams. This is the awesome logo here with the Zatu, Lugia, Snorlax. I like the little Scyther here with the cute little saw hands. So the teams we have are right here. I just wanted to show you the Magnificent Mux, which is the team I'm in, and has as a manager MC5655. Oh shit. Yeah, MC56556 and Reese Hughes as an assistant manager. There are the Royal Raikus. They're all led by very prominent players or people that have seen considerable success either as team managers or have paid a lot of attention to the a particular portion of the GSC metagame in general. There's Xylo XX and Eden managing the Royal Raikus, the vaporized Vaporeons, which are led by Nolorium and Justamente, the tenacious Tyrannitars, led by none other than Fear and M-Dragon, the Iron Man Machamps by Mr. 378 and Sulcata, and the Wii Fit Wolverines that are led by BKC and Tony Flygon. That's a bit of I guess it's an interesting little pun because it's obviously a reference to the Wi-Fi Wolfpack. So how exactly does this work? Generally, the idea is all of these players and some more signed up. They listed the tiers they wanted to be, they think that they might be playing in. And in certain cases, some of the players reached out to certain managers. They told them, hey, look, I can, I know my way around the underused tier, and I'm also pretty good at OU. You might want to consider me because I can play this many tiers. I can sub. Or if you're higher up, someone from a much higher level, then they might just buy you flat out. It's really interesting because there's always a lot that a player base has to offer, and so you can, yeah, though there definitely is no shortage of overused players, and there will be more overused players because each week will be comprised of 3 overused games and 1 of each of the other tiers. There still are many people that specialize in other aspects as well, and you might even want to buy certain players based on their ability to be supportive with like team building and all that kind of stuff. So, for instance, like some of the really strong names we see in the Wii Fit Wolverines, like Zakuru, Tony. I think it was a self buy. If Tony is not the same person as Tony Flygon, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that he bought himself. There, TC, who like won the GSC Winter Seasonal, and HSA. Oh wow. Okay, I missed that. I didn't know that HSA is joining. Okay, and so he's extremely good in lower tiers and is really good in never used as well. Mr. 378 and Sulcata, they've both been on fire and are currently like they've made it to the finals of the Pokemon Perfect OU Championship. So like you can see that there's a lot that each team has to offer. Mr. 378 is probably playing as the Ubers player, Oibaf, Amaranth, known RBY player as well. Melee 2402, really cool. He had the best run in the Pokemon Perfect League for GSC OU. D4 Repertoire won the Summer Seasonal, if I'm not mistaken. And M-Dragon, who is M-Dragon. Finchinator, who has been looking into GSC recently. And Diofantine, Joelita, both really good at lower tiers. Diofantine is also a tutor for GSC Overused, as well as Sun and Moon. Isa, who's only offered to play for Ubers, if I'm not mistaken. So, really, really dope. I'm just so happy about all this. I'm also, I've been drafted. I've been a cheap buy. And the cool thing about drafts is that you can actually be bought for a relatively cheap price. I think that I got bought for 4.5K, so it wasn't, I was actually upbid. I should have definitely come for basically 3K. There shouldn't have been any raising of the price, but the idea was that one of the teams here also offered a bid. That way, I'm guessing the last team which was left to draft had to buy me for a higher price, and in this way got cut out from the option of buying one more substitute, because substitutes come at a minimum price of 3K, and we in fact have less players. So yeah, there's that, and what else? So the teams I mentioned here thus far are Magnificent Muck, Tenacious Tyranitar, Royal Raikou, Wii Fit Wolverine, Iron Machamps, and Vaporized Vaporeons. I'm with the Magnificent Mucks. And in the first week, there will be 2 matchups per team. So that's also due to the fact that by January, the Smogon Premier League will be beginning, and they don't want an overlap, which is understandable. So far we haven't actually seen too many games. There aren't any replay. There are only like 2 replays that have been uploaded, but we can have a quick look at one of these. And this one is for OU between Thunder Zebra and Oibaf. Thunder Zebra is from the Iron Man Machamps. No, Wii Fit Wolverines. Oh my god. I'm already getting this wrong. The Wii Fit Wolverines, and Oibaf is from the Iron Man Machamps. I got mixed up because I already had a little glimpse at the match, and TC changed his nickname, I guess to play a little bit of a pun. And, you know, I'm not actually going to do any commentating on this match because I don't think I would have time to, like, dedicate full attention to this, but just so we have a bit of a glimpse of, like, what's going on here. Really good players. This looks like it could be, okay, so it's rapid spin. It's when you see a substitute on Starmie, usually you see either, like, sub and nightmare or rapid spin. I guess the idea here would be to waste PP. And, yeah, phase with the Skarmory. You know, just regular stuff. Bind Steelix. I always forget how that would be used, but seems like TC came prepared. He had Hidden Power Fire. It can 2-hit KO opposing Fortress, so that's pretty good. It can be helpful against Skarmory as well. So yeah, that's the gist of it anyway. Of course, TC's team is not without, you know, some answers to Curse Snorlax, because Hidden Power Fire 4E means that it's really gonna have to watch out against Snorlax. And this seems like a pretty standard offense team, you know. So yeah, just that's pretty much it. Now, on another note, anyways, TC wins. On another note, I mentioned briefly that I also am hosting a tour. The signups are already closed, but be sure to have a look at what's going on here, because the tour I hosted was so that we could have, you know, a few prep games for the Premier League mainly. Now, I realized just now that I don't have that my OBS recorder is actually focused on my browser, so you can't see what I'm trying to show on Discord, so we're just going to have to forget that. But I'll mention the fact that it's really cool. I basically tried to devise a type of format with each round being determined where, like, the round is determined with a first initial tier being played, and then whoever loses gets to pick the next tier, and then maybe the next one if they lose a second time. But no, if they lose a second time, they're out. So it's a best of 3 style, but you get to play the tier that you think you're the strongest in, and I think it's a lot of fun. So the last thing I want to mention is, if any of you guys are interested, and if you guys are interested in seeing, for example, analysis of replays, or want some of your own replays to be looked at, then by all means, let me know in the comments, and that would be about it. Enjoy the holidays, and until next time.